need to watch Jupiter transit for 2026 because you would like to learn about will I be able to achieve my professional qualification? Will I be able to get married this year? Will I be able to conceive a baby this year, 2026? Will I be recognized as a professional consultant from my professional qualification? Then you need to watch and learn through Jupiter transit report for 2026. That's why you need to thoroughly studying this particular, may I say, the whole video forecast for transit of Jupiter for 2026. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like to more clarity through do this again. Early app promo full. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like more clarity through 2026, inside my Prakash Astrologer app, you can watch all 14 one-time life events forecast for your signs and also use your weekly and monthly premium horoscopes to plan with more confidence and less stress. All of this is free for you until the end of 2026. Whether you're already in my app or watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can visit astrology.prakashastrologer.com to register or log in and start using this support whenever you need it. Jupiter transit effect for Scorpio 2026. In this year, Jupiter have 3 sections of transit. I'm going to define all these 3 sections in details. Scorpio, for the Jupiter for Scorpio play a very important role. For Jupiter own the 2nd house and the 5th house for Scorpio. It's quite important. 2nd house is the house of flow of income, wealth, assets, and saving. 5th house is the house of recognition, appreciation, applied wisdom, common sense, and formal education, the basic education. It's a very important house, and recognition and appreciation. So Jupiter transit is extremely important for Scorpio. And Jupiter transit is always extremely important for every sign. Jupiter represents professional knowledge, professional ability, professional skill set. If you want to achieve a status basis on the professional knowledge, that is Jupiter. Jupiter represents your marriage. You want to get married. Without Jupiter support, it's not in a million years you can get married. You can enjoy the love life, romantic life, but not commitment. You want a commitment, legal commitment, religious commitment, social commitment. You want to get married publicly, yes, without any fear, anxiety. That is Jupiter. You want to have a baby. Without Jupiter support, not possible. Jupiter support have to be there for male and female. Then you have a baby. So Jupiter transit effect for Scorpio rising sign, Scorpio moon sign for 2026. Transit of Jupiter in the 8th house for Scorpio rising sign, for Scorpio moon sign. Transit of Jupiter in 8th house already started 5th of December 2025. It will carry on till 2nd of June 2026. The whole December, January, February, March, April, May, 6 months. During this particular period, this mostly bringing along some disappointment for you. Then Jupiter transiting in your 8th house. Health require a lot of attention during this time period. If you're suffering with diabetes or you're suffering with blood pressure or asthma or breathing problem, you like to develop some sort of a health issue, and health issue can multiply. And don't take any risk when it comes to health. Take a proper medication and prevention and care as well. Moreover, you may feel exhausted. Work requires a lot of effort to see successful completion. Avoid unnecessary argument and concentrate more on your field of work. Hold on tightly to your position and honor, as this period also signify loss of the same along with humiliation. You may even have to face punishment from the government, get involved in litigation, even get imprisoned, legal penalty. Keep an eye on your finances. Beware of thieves and thugs and unnecessary expenses. If you are planning to travel, it would be a good idea to avoid it during this time phase. This travel is likely to be troublesome. You may not get the expected result. Stay away from the argument from the family member, friends. They might create a lot of new enemies for you. Moreover, your behavior, your own behavior, is likely to become irritable, merciless, rash during this time period. Try to maintain your calm at this time. Jupiter in 8th house, traditionally this transit indicate inheritance. That is a modern astrology says. Applied astrology defining in a different way all the transit. Jupiter position in 8th house means inheritance. This transit occurs several times in your course of life, in everyone's life, minimum 6 or 7 times. Whether or not you get an inheritance, but even though that old definition is not usually applicable all the 6, 7 times, no. It is based on correct principle, because with Jupiter in 8th house, you're likely to benefit from other people's pot of money, other people's resources. Consequently, this is a good time to enter a relationship in which you are and you or another person have to pool your resources, such as business partnership. This is also a good time to request a loan from the bank, apply for a grant. Unless there is another transit at the same time that negate this reading. In general, other people are more than usually willing to help you out in some way. On another level, there will be many powerful but fortunate changes in your life at this time. It may not be that obvious, but any sweeping change that happen now will be for the best, will make your life richer, more rewarding in the long run. It will also give you a much greater understanding of the psychological pattern that operate in your life. If you have recently been through a time of psychological stress and are encountering one now, this transit will help the healing process within you. Sometimes this transit can indicate a time of religious, spiritual regeneration, or what we used to call conversion experience. Certainly, you would derive great benefit from studying spiritual exercises or occult or mystical literature, or at this time in your life, especially if you feel very troubled, then you must do. But whenever you are going to face these kind of problems, complications, hassles, when Jupiter transit in 8th house, if you're carrying a bad debt, a lot of debts, Jupiter is not positive, it's negative. Second, major obstacle delays in waste of time. Jupiter in 8th house is negative. Going through a lot of oppositions from higher authority, Jupiter is negative. Going through a lot of health problem, asthma problem, heart problem, blood pressure problem, diabetes, oh, you name it, Jupiter is negative. Relationship conflict, Jupiter is negative. 3rd house is occupied with another planet, Jupiter is not working properly. 4th house or 7th house is occupied by Mars or Saturn, Jupiter is not working properly. 12th house is empty, Jupiter is not pulling his weights properly. 2nd house, 5th house, 9th house, 12th house is occupied by Mercury, Venus, Rahu or Saturn. Jupiter's 8th house position is not positive. Then do these kind of applied astrology tasks. These astrology tasks are extracted from Red Book as well as Bhrigu Sutram. Task number 1. Do donate 8 kg turmeric powder, haldi powder to temple in the Langar. Day should be Thursday or Monday. It will cure Jupiter negative to positive. Second task. Do donate 8 religious priests dry food for 43 days. Jupiter become negative to positive. Third task. Do donate dry food in the Langar for 8 Thursday. Saturn, Jupiter become negative to positive. Fourth task. Do a very astrological activated fine quality gold and yellow sapphire and gold right hand's index finger. Jupiter become negative to positive. Yes. Jupiter, golden yellow sapphire in gold, right hand index finger. That will make Jupiter negative to positive. Precaution wise, do maintain good relationship with your father. Never ever humiliate your father, please. The chanting you must do, which will activate Jupiter's move positivity. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai. 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 More you do it, more you achieve it. The next part of Jupiter's transit, Scorpio yearly chart 2026, June. June is changing. The transit of Jupiter in 9th house, coming from leaving the 8th house, going to the 9th house for Scorpio, and is happening on 2nd of June 2026. It will carry on till 31st October 2026. Whole June, July, August, September, October. 5 months in 9th house, the house of luck. 9th house is owned by Jupiter. Here the Jupiter is ultimate, the crown king. Jupiter position in 9th house, the transit of Jupiter in 9th house. Scorpio moon sign, Scorpio rising sign. This generate wealth, financial gain, name, fame, recognition, appreciation. Scorpio, you may expect profit in trade, in business, a position of powerful authority at your workplace, success everywhere, and favor from superior as well. Scorpio, this could prove to be particularly very good time for you. If you're a writer, if you're an author, if you're a publisher, if you're a researcher, if you're a teacher, if you're a coach, if you're a lecturer or professor or consultant, people related to knowledge. If your only contribution in the profession is knowledge, if you're any type of consultant, legal, financial, social media, astrologer, any type of consultant, technical consultant, non-technical consultant, you name it. This is your world now. Jupiter will flourish you. The whole world become your audience. Socially also, this is a good time. You're likely to be honored. And status would take an upward move. Now your people will think, oh, good Lord, you are the diamond in their company. Your interest in religious activity would be at the all-time peak. You become very, very religious. You're likely to attend as many religious functions as possible. You would also seek the company of saints and willing to spend some precious time with them. Inflow of money should be good, and you may expect a financial gain from all the possible quarters. You may also consider buying a fertile land or other immovable property during this time period. Singles may consider marriage with a match of their choice. Those who are planning baby couples may go for it. This is the best time. Most of you are likely to indulge in great lifestyle, comfort. Health should be fine. You may consider going on a long distance travel. Jupiter in 9th house. The modern astrology concept, the applied astrology says about it, this house is a very good position for house. Jupiter owns this house. Jupiter is king in this house. At this time, the perspective of your life learning be expanded and tremendously. You may have opportunity for extensive travel, religious travel, for desire, for reaching out others in either a formal way or an informal setting. You are there to learn. Here you are you probably do very much reading, usually spiritual exercises, religious exercises, more than ever. And philosophy, metaphysics, religious exercises, typical study associated with this transit. And you will encounter, not only through books as well, but you looking for a guru or teacher or mentor or murshid. Yes, at this time you will find that now somebody here spiritually going to guide you. You need this for real, useful knowledge about the spiritual world and this world. This is a good time to become involved in a human potential effort or some other conscious raising group. There are many such groups around now. You should pick the one that seems most suitable for you. If you're a writer or you have a desire to be one, this is an excellent time for it, because the ninth house is the house of name and fame as well, and other communication media that reach the world at that large. The whole world is your audience. You are also exposed to a broader world. Your views on life will change. This transit is a very powerful maturing influence in the most positive sense. In other words, you become wiser now than at any other time in your life. But you must be fundamentally open to this process. If you're not, then you won't be. If you think you know all the answers already, this transit may only make you smug or self-righteous, which would be a terrible waste of this transit or energy. Along with possibility of a travel to foreign country, there's also a likelihood that you'll become increasingly involved with foreign person or land, either in your business or in personal life. The main effect of this transit is to make your consciousness grow so much that you can no longer live with old prejudice and belief. You must know that rather than just believe, and more you can replace that belief with ultimate knowledge, the better off you will be. Yes. Whenever you're going to face any of the following problems, complication, or planetary position, occupation, or situations, and Jupiter transit in ninth house, separation from the loved one, then Jupiter is not positive, is negative. Conflict in a joint venture, Jupiter is not positive, is negative in ninth house. Relationship scandal, Jupiter is not positive, is negative. Financial complication, Jupiter is ninth house, is not positive, is negative. Fourth house is occupied by the planet, Jupiter is not positive, is negative. First house will become empty, Jupiter is not positive, is negative. Fifth house is occupied by Mercury, Venus, Saturn, or Rahu. Jupiter position ninth house is not positive, is negative. Then tasks, these applied astrology tasks. You must do these tasks. Task number 1, do wear a ruby, real sea coral, ruby, real sea coral in a gold square pendant around your neck. Please do. This will help the Jupiter in ninth house as much as they can. This will make the Jupiter, it's just like the bulb is not lit. Now ruby and real sea coral in gold square pendant, now the bulb is 1000 watt bulb is sparkling. Yes, it's shining like a star. Now it's happened. Second task, do donate pure ghee, whole moong to temple and the langar. This will convert Jupiter in activity to positivity. Third task, quantity of the pure ghee and whole moong, whatever you can afford. But repeat again and again, Friday, Friday, Friday. Third task, refrain from non-vegetarian food and alcohol. Yes, saves you from Jupiter's inactivity. Fourth one, do organize Kanya Pujan in the temple. Means donating young girls sweets, money, and touch their feet and treat them like a Devi and do the pranam. This will help you, Jupiter's inactivity to positivity. Please do this task in the temple. Fifth task, have a bath in the fast flowing river. Jupiter's inactivity converting into positivity. The chanting you must do now to convert the Jupiter's inactivity to positivity. Harim gam ganpataya name, harim, harim gam ganpataya name, harim, harim gam ganpataya name, harim, harim gam ganpataya name, harim. More you do it, more you achieve success, prosperity, rising. Next part of Jupiter transit for Scorpio yearly chart is happening in the month of October, 31st of October. The Jupiter's transit effect for Scorpio 2026, transit of Jupiter in 10th house, leaving the 9th house to the 10th house. Yes, the transit of Jupiter in 10th house is starting from 31st October 2026. It will carry on till, I say, 25th of January 2027. The November, December, the January till 25th of January, Jupiter transit through the 10th house. So during this time period, Jupiter will move through your 10th house. Whether Scorpio is moon sign, your rising sign or ascendant, this bringing some disturbance in the rhythm of your life. Not easy. You may develop negative thinking and a feeling of wretchedness during this time period. Some of your unfilled desire may make you irritable as well. Avoid wandering about. You are most likely to be disappointed during this particular phase of time. This is a time when you may need to consciously avoid argument with your seniors at work and with your elders at work. If you're not careful, there is a chance that you might lose your position. Honor could even be transferred to a distant place. Take care of your finances. Keep them at much safer place. During this time period, the health and that of your family health would require proper attention. Take care of your eyes and throat. This is a time when you need to maintain a healthy lifestyle to avoid feeling of tiredness. Be careful enough not to endanger your family life with negligence, especially during this time period. Jupiter in 10th house, this transit, your attention will turn toward profession, career, status, reputation. It is a time when you will try very hard to move ahead in any and all these areas. Any responsible, reasonable effort should result in considerable progression. For most of this time, this is a time of getting ahead, but you should observe several cautions. First, it is very important to avoid being overbearing, domineering, and arrogant attitude. Some people have a trouble with superior at this time because this transit can indicate inflated ego. This is thinking you are much more than you are without anything to back it up. If you start thinking like that, you're truly significant or special, then please, for God's sake, sit down and review your real accomplishment to see if you justify your feelings now. But even they do so, be careful not to behave in such a way that will cause other people to resent against you or even work against you when this transit is over. Don't do that. However, this is not a general problem, but most people have been taught to underrate the achievement, to be humble. In that particular case, this transit is likely to signify recognition for you, what you have accomplished. You can expect a promotion at work, recognition, or the esteem of your contemporary during this time period. As long as you don't fall into deep trap described above, you will feel also more confident about. And this may be the one of the few times in your life when you are really in yourself. You should only take those responsibility which you can deliver, not over commitment regarding responsibility. You may also experience other effect of this transit. For example, you may have to travel in connection with your work, or you may have increased dealing with foreign person. It is also possible that you may change to field of work that pertain to nature of Jupiter. These fields include medicine, healing, law, higher education, travel. In this case, you should not expect the same recognition that you would if you stayed in your established line of work. Whenever you face any of the following problems, complication, when Jupiter transit in 10th house, number 1, too much struggle. When Jupiter's 10th house position is not positive, is negative. Number 2, lack of success, lack of prosperity. Jupiter 10th house position is not positive, is negative. Number 3, family relationship rouse conflict. Jupiter 10th house position is not positive, is negative. Financial losses. Jupiter 10th house position is not positive, is negative. 5th house is occupied by any other planet. Jupiter 10th house position is not positive, is negative. And 4th house is occupied by moon. Jupiter 10th house position is not positive, is negative. 4th house or 10th house is occupied by Saturn or Rahu, or 2nd house is empty. Jupiter 10th house position is not positive, is negative. 3rd house or 5th house is occupied by Sun, or 5th house is occupied by Saturn. Jupiter 10th house position is not positive, is negative. The task you must do. Task number 1. Wash 4 kilogram barley with 4 liter milk, please, and flow in the fast flowing river barley and milk together. This is one of the finest tasks. Please do this one if you can. Second task, day should be Wednesday. Repeat this 4 times or 5 times or 10 times. Second task, do donate wholemeal atta, whole moong dal to temple and the langar. Day should be Sunday. Repeat this 12 times. The quantity of wholemeal atta, whole moong dal, minimum 2 kilogram, but if you can raise up to 10 kilogram, that will be great. Third task, donate money and food to the blind school regularly, any day. This will raise Jupiter negative to positive. 4th task, bury 5 kilogram black salt in the ground on Saturday early hours of the morning. Very, very important. Extremely important. It will change Jupiter negative to positive. 5th one, take 12 blue flowers and bury in the ground on Friday evening for 12 Friday minimum. It will get rid of your uncertainties, hassles. 6th task, do wear a Buddha-Aditya yantra in a silver chain around your neck. It will give you status, prestige, honor, make Jupiter negative to positive. 7th task, do pierce your left nostril, or septum, the central nostril, and do wear a metal stud or metal ring for 12 days or 43 days. And after those days, take out the ring or stud and flow in the fast flowing river. This will change the whole scenario of Jupiter's negativity to positivity. The chanting you must do, which will help you quite a lot, if you can spend time. Om Harim Gam Hasti Pishachi Likhi Swaha. Om Harim Gam Hasti Pishachi Likhi Swaha. Om Harim Gam Hasti Pishachi Likhe Swaha. Om Harim Gam Hasti Pishachi Likhe Swaha. If you want the Ganpati to work for you as your driver, do this chanting as much you can, please. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like more clarity through 2026, inside my Prakash Astrologer app, you can watch all 14 one-time life events forecast for your signs and also use your weekly and monthly premium horoscopes to plan with more confidence and less stress. All of this is free for you until the end of 2026. Whether you're already in my app or watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can visit astrology.prakashastrologer.com to register or log in and start using this support whenever you need it.